Hi, she's Trixie and I'm Sarah, and this is our Yarn World, a place where we come to share the love of yarn crafts and all that it gives us and what we hope it gives you. We're on episode 124 today, which is kind of cool because it is January 24th in 2024, so 1/24/24. We are filming our 124th episode.
That's awesome.
Oh.
That is so cool.
So yes, just a little trivia for any of you followers.
Yeah.
Not that we're expecting anything, but good Lord.
But
it's
if you
so
want to
good.
comment, that would be a really awesome fact, right?
Oh,
So,
good Lord. Yes, so we are coming to give an update as to where we are in some of our works, what we're hoping to get accomplished this week, what we are hoping to be able to share with you as some of the fun things that we have started and are attempting to see if it works for us,
Right.
and just all that and everything in between. So as we hope that you have something nice and warm to drink, that you have a craft in your hand, and hope that you enjoy the fellowship we can offer you.
yeah. So I finished the blanket. And if you remember, I used a 5mm hook and a 4-ply yarn and a double crochet. Now, trying to get it the right direction. Okay. All these are full skeins, and when one skein ended, I just started another one. So I had 2 of the whites, so they're going to be either end. So I have white and then a Delft blue and the ice cream yarn, where I got all the other colors because isn't that just so cool? Then we've got the light mint and the second white. This I started at 101 stitches across, double crochet, so you have to skip a stitch, so it's 100 going back, and it was fun to work. Well, when I got done with all 5 of these skeins, I am 5'4". This is taller than me, like up here.
Over your head?
Yes, over my head. And it's meant to be a lap blanket, so when you're sitting in your chair and you want something warm and cozy over you.
It's not too bulky.
It's not too big and bulky. It just fits over your lap in your chair. And it's long enough where if you wanted it up to your neck and over your feet, this would work. And that's usually how I try and do it, because I really don't like, if I feel like I need to have my arms covered, just take a little nap or just sit there and warm up. That's what I'd like to do. Normally I have it so it's about right in here, and I have it tucked underneath my arms, and I'm working my next crochet project. And that works too. So that project is now done. I don't have anybody in mind for it, but you know, that will come later. Sarah and I went shopping the other day, and we went and I found some scrubby yarn. Now, this is not the full skein. It usually, you know, would fill this, but I've made a couple of them already. This one is called Waves, and it's a dark blue, a light blue, and a white. Very, very pretty. But I've paired it with a dark brown 4-ply yarn because it's very hard to see the stitches using a textured yarn, and when you pair it, you can see the stitches more. And so I have made actually 2 of these, and I'm making them in this fashion because I want them to fit over my sink when I'm done using them, the sink middle. And if I want to scrub it on one side and then turn it over and scrub it, and then, you know, you've got, it's so much more. But just being able to have that brown in there I was able to see where I was going. I should be able to make one more with the yarn that I have left, but I stopped because I wanted you to see what I was doing. I wanted to explain how I was doing this.
How you were pairing your
Yeah.
yarns.
So that's a good trick for you. If you have something like that, a scrubby yarn or a textured yarn, pair it with another one so you can see where you're going. And
I
then
love that.
we went, that same day, and I was able to find a couple of mandala yarns. Now I've already balled them up, so I'm going to show you the labels. They're the Lion Brand Mandala. One of them's called Wizard, and the other one is called Chimera. And I'm going to show you. The colors
Across.
that come, and
Spectrum.
they were pretty well matched, I think. And even if they're not, they will go right into the next ball very nicely.
So where one has more lighter ones, it matches the darker tones that are more prominent in the other one as so the darker tones that are in the Wizard one, that dark purple or navy, however it's presenting itself, matches the same scale of darkness that this one has. And the lighter tones are just a slightly muted version of what this one is. It's like so perfect, like how they balance each other out when it comes to the spectrum. Like one has the lighter, one has the darker, but they're all in the same scheme of colors.
Right. So
It's like a darker to lighter scheme of the same palette almost.
So I balled both of them up into one. And I was inspired by Sarah using the Aunt Lydia yarn to look on line and see what colors they had. And I was able to find out that they do have some variegateds. And so what I really wanted was called Blacklight. It's
We'll
like,
still get it for you.
it's like black, but it has neon colors in it, and it would have been so nice to
It
have.
was like a solid.
So I'm still on the hunt for that. But at our Joann's, I was able to find Ocean, and it's all kinds of pastel colors. And
It looks like an Easter basket.
yeah.
It's those sort of pastels.
And so I'm pairing these. Now I know this is unlikely, but I did find another one called Sherbet, and I asked my grandson which one should Nana use, and he picked this one. That's okay, because I think it's going to work with these yarns very nicely, and it has so far. So far, I'm only this far, but I want you to, can you see the Aunt Lydia's little yarn in there? And I'm just pairing it right along with this yarn, and it kind of makes it pop a little bit. You've got the variations in the Mandela yarn, and then you've got the variations in this yarn, and they're constantly changing. And so I think going all the way through on a blanket like this is going to, it'll be nice. I'd like to see the colors as they change and flow into each other and stuff. And when I get done with this, it's going to be one of my favorites, I think. I'm really enjoying the process of this one. I do like working with two yarns at once, but I'm not used to working with a 3-ply and a 0-ply. So this is different for me, but it's very, very nice, and I'm loving it.
What hook size are you using to do?
Right now, I'm still using a 5mm hook, and I am using I believe I went 101 stitches across on this one too. So it's just a little lap blanket. Let's see if I can just go across here. See, it's not too big, but it's big enough where it covers you when you're in your chair and kind of tucks down into your lap, like on either side. And that's how I work it. I just make it big enough to do that, and then I start going. And I found that 101 seems to be my number. It just works well for me with the gauge that I have. And so, yep, I bought the Aunt Lydia's Classic 10 in the Ocean colorway. So, and that's where I'm at. So what are you doing?
So,
oh, wait.
Go ahead.
I have one more
go
thing.
ahead.
I just noticed I have my note here. Sarah has been telling you guys that we're going to recap 2023. So I went back into my notes, and I found that I made 11 Afghans, one scrappy hand towel for the kitchen. I hang it over my oven door handle. One s'more amigurumi, my first. One mini bean cowl, and 4 Christmas trees. That's what I accomplished in 2023 with my crochet. So, I'm not sure Sarah would be able to think of all the things she's made this year. I mean, wow. Especially right here at the end. She has just been a working toy maker. She is just beyond what I can do. But now, what are you doing?
So, I am making toys. Not to be redundant, but my son's birthday was
The 10th.
the 10th, and now we are celebrating it on the 28th in a couple of days, and it means to kind of like separate his we have a lot of birthdays around Christmas, and so it's not that the day of their birth isn't special, but just that we have been dealing with we had so many people that had so many different family get-togethers for their Christmas, all these different things, and I didn't want to overwhelm that time of the month or just the season that is getting ready to celebrate both Christmas, any other holidays, even like New Year's, and bombard it with a birthday when my birthday is actually the 9th, so I know what it feels like to kind of have it right around the corner. My brother's is right at the beginning of the new year. My other brother's is right before the Christmas season's fully is happening, and so it's like we know what it's like to have it easily be not necessarily overshadowed, but just it kind of feels a little bit, I don't know if forced is the right word, but just, it can feel just a bit like a marathon and there's just more to do. And I wanted everyone to be able to kind of just be relaxed from the holiday season and be able to enjoy celebrating our little Canyon man, while he's just growing up. So we are having it this Sunday, just family, gonna enjoy just some time together, and we have both sides of the family coming, and I'm really excited. And with that being said, there is a bit of a list of toys that my son has said that need to happen with all the toys I've given him so far. He feels like there's a slight imbalance in some of the things that I've given him. So like I've given him a Mario and a Luigi and a Toad and a Princess Peach and a Bowser. And he's just like, Bowser needs to have some of his minions. So I'm going to be making a Goomba and a Piranha Plant. By Sunday, I'm making 2 power-ups. I'm going to make a star and a mushroom power-up. And there's a show called Miraculous that has a superhero named Cat Noir. And I'm in the process of making that as an action figure for him. So I'm hoping to have another 5 gifts to give to him to add to what he's been enjoying. Last year for Christmas, I gave him a big Blippy doll, and he's been just loving on that thing this last couple of, about a month. That's what he's been requesting to sleep with him in his bed. And it's just been one of those things where it's like, I can tell that this clicked. Like, me making him handmade toys has just become a sweet spot with him where he loves these toys. And so I'm trying to make, the last time I saw you, I haven't gotten a lot done with the body. Like I'm almost done with the second leg, but I was working on the embroidery for the eyes and for this Cat Noir when he transforms into this superhero from Adrian to Cat Noir. His eyes kind of go fully green and cat-like, and I just kind of used a this is just felt to make his mask so it's kind of separate from the texture of the yarn, so that it feels a little bit more, I don't know, on point for what it is. I still have to get his hair done and kind of give a little bit more of a face. Obviously I need to finish his body and some of the details, and then he'll be kind of like, what if the action figure sizes of like a Spider-Man toy and a Batman toy we already have for him is about this size of a doll, so it's like this is going to be perfect for him. Right now I'm in the process of making a superstar for him. It's going to be small, so I just started in a magic circle and a chaining, not chaining, but casting on 5 into the magic ring. And because I need there to be 5 points to the star, so I just increased. First round did 1 in an increase, and then the third round is a 2 in an increase, and that's where I've ended off. So I have about 4, it's 20, now 20 around, and I will be able to just crochet at this flat point and make the star points. And then I'll be able to make the face of the superstar and sew these pieces together, and it will be the size of a superstar that's approximate for his Mario for the game. So it doesn't need to be big, it just needs to be approximate to the toys that he already has.
Right.
And the Goomba's only going to be half the size of the Mario. And so I have those colors for him, and I'm going to be making a mushroom power-up. That's probably going to be about the same size as the star. The Piranha Plant's going to be the biggest of those. It's going to be a little bit more bigger because I have to make a pot, make dirt, make the stem, the leaves, and the head itself. And it's going to have a little bit more detail, kind of like the Bowser did, because I have to be able to make it so it doesn't topple over. I'm going to have weighted beads on the inside, which I already have. I'll have to use wire to be able to make the stem and the head move.
Right.
And the greens will have to be different shades of the green pipe to the green stem. And the inside of the mouth has to be black, but the head's kind of shaped kind of like a Pac-Man, if you know what that looks like. And so, but it kind of has a similar shape of like Bowser having like the little bit of that lip, that tubular lip look.
Right.
But it has teeth too, and it has like red with white polka dots on it. So I'll be doing that. And honestly, the Cat Noir is really not much left to do. Once I get the limbs done and I just start doing the detail work, I really can get him done. My hands have been really dry, and it's like the moment that I run out of my hand soap, I have to use what we have in the house to wash my hands. And anything fragranted, anything that has like a dye in it just irritates my skin to no end, and so my skin starts to break, and even just to bend my knuckles in any way will just cause the knuckles to crack, and I get really scaly. And so I've been trying to keep up with it as much as possible, but it kind of creates a discomfort in working. But I have 4 days. I can get it done. It's not like I'm not gonna just throw my headphones on, turn on an audiobook, and just get it done. I've been known to do these sort of marathons. So regardless of the fact that I have weeks to get this done, it's gonna be a oh, I forgot to do the exam paper on the last night and gonna stay up and do an all-nighter sort of a thing. So yeah, by the next time we see you next week, I will have those to show you, and I'm sure he's gonna have a whole nother list of things, because the reality is that these are not all the characters he wanted me to get done. He wants a Yoshi, he wants a Koopa Troopers, he wants a Kamek, he wants Donkey Kong. There's so many different other characters he wants, but that's gonna be over time. Right now, we're just trying to celebrate his little birthday. I can get maybe like one of those characters done. I got other things I gotta get done for both of the kids, and just other people, other projects I need to finish. So it's like, maybe I'll work on getting one of those projects done per month.
Right.
Till they're complete, just to add to his collection. But they're not gonna be as concentrated a force of like, I'm marathoning to get them done, because I have to be realistic about what sort of an expectation I can set for myself.
Exactly.
So I can't just always do it when, first off, you don't always have all the colors of yarn in your stash, and your hands don't want to cooperate. So
right. And really, he needs to learn the value of patience anyway.
Oh yeah, and it's just one of those things where it's like Christmas just happened, so I gave him that. I gave him those I gave him the Mario, the Luigi, and the Toad by his actual birthday on the 10th. I gave him like Princess Peach. Princess Peach was almost done, and I gave him Bowser. Gave him Princess Peach, I think, a couple days later, and then, and then getting these done by the time his party actually happens. It's like, he's just so excited. He loves these toys. Bowser's missing, by the way. He's hiding somewhere.
Well,
I've already had to wash some of them.
Yeah.
Had an unfortunate accident that we're not going to get into too much detail about, but already had to wash them, and they did just fine. They got a little fuzzy, but just throw them in a laundry bag, put them on a gentle cycle, cold in the washer. When you put them in the dryer, you just have it on low heat. Maybe have to tumble it twice, but as long as it's on gentle cycles and on cold water, you're going to be just fine. If there's any particular stains directly on it, just use a nice gentle laundry detergent soap on the area and the sink before putting it in the so that it's already concentrated in that area, so you already know it's going to not miss that spot in the washer.
Right.
So just do that and you're good. But yeah, already had some unfortunate accidents. These toys have already met they've already won their badges of durability and loyalty.
Reminds me so much of Toy Story.
Oh my goodness, imagine them having to get washed in the washing machine.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, do they have snorkels?
I don't know. All I know is just, Toy Story, what was it, 2, or the daycare one?
3.
Okay.
Toy Story 2 is the garage sale one.
Oh, that's right.
Collector.
Yeah. Okay, number 3.
3 is the daycare one.
The daycare one, where all the kids are playing with the toys and putting them in their mouths and doing all that kind of stuff. So that just reminded me of that, that's all.
No, you're good. You're good.
I just want to mention that if any of you have eczema, like my daughter, she did find some Gold Bond eczema cream. And it seems to be working for her.
This is free of fragrances, dyes, and steroids. Because, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with needing steroid cream if you really need it, if your doctor prescribes it. You're already going to the doctor, give it a try. There's no reason, but if you're already just trying to figure out why you have scaly, irritated, itchy, dry skin that keeps cracking, anything with this, what is it called? Colloidal oatmeal. This has 2%, but some of the lotions do come at different percentages. That stuff really helps. And this stuff has been a lifesaver. I know this might seem like obvious, but I've already mentioned the hand soaps that I use. They're both pumps. They are, it's like a dial. Gentle, Free, and Clear does have one, and it's kind of is a foaming one. The one I have right now, because we didn't have it at our store this last time, is a 7th generation, has this a sensitive, like, Gentle, Free, and Clear hand soap as well. So you know that your hands are getting quality clean, like without risking the idea of them just getting irritated, whatever sort of reaction happens. So there's that. And for spots that do not heal easy, so like if your skin is getting really scaly and it peels or it's cracking at the knuckles or whatever, I would suggest, as long as you're not too allergic to Band-Aids or irritated by Band-Aids at that point, you can always get certain bandages that do not have the adhesive sticky of the Band-Aid. You can just get that with some cotton swabs but I would get triple antibiotic ointments. It just helps make sure that, because when the skin is not healing, it's pretty much an open wound. And I think that that's what's crazy, is that when I'm dealing with this, sometimes the wounds just do not heal. They just will not scab over or even get the blood clots to just kind of like collect and start creating barriers to start getting their cell, the cell power to start building again. It just doesn't seem to want to work. And so having the triple antibiotic ointments, some sort, I think this is kind of a variation of Neosporin, is just a good idea. Putting it on the cotton part of a Band-Aid, putting it on, whether you're allergic to the adhesive, a cotton pad, and then wrapping it with gauze, just even if it's for overnight, it can allow your wound the ability to kind of get the nutrients and whatever it is that has, to give itself the ability to heal. And all of a sudden it starts to bind again. All of a sudden, when I give even over the week, this wound was not healed. It's been open and only getting deeper and worse and ripping open worse over the course of a week or something. Put that on, put the Band-Aid on, put whatever I'm putting on. And even by the end of the night, you can see that it's where it's pink. It's starting to heal. It's starting to collect itself again. So whether you have moisturizer gloves or whatever, even just putting some Aquaphora on or something that is a thicker, no alcohol based cream that doesn't just dry out your skin. Even if it's just Vaseline, something that even greasy, throwing a socks on before you go into bed at night, whatever it is. This might just be a shot in the dark and maybe this isn't really something that everyone needs a lecture on, but just when you're a crafter, not having your hands feels like a punishment. And so finding a means and something that works. I love this lotion because it does absorb quick, and all of a sudden I'm able to get to my work pretty quickly. Yeah. But for something like overnight, having something a little bit more on the greasier side, so I have time to let my hands get moisturized, helps. And like I said, having I think it's like a Neosporin cream that allows for the skin to heal and have a little bit more of an ability to not have to worry that it's getting any sort of infection, even if it's just mild and your immune system normally has no problem fighting it off. When a wound is open, no matter how small it is, it's bound to get something in it. It just is. Even if it's just air, dust particles, it can just get irritated, and all of a sudden it's remaining open because it wants to kick it out before it can. But if you're already dealing with insensitivity with soaps, that only makes it worse, and it takes longer to clean.
Right.
Sometimes there's natural reasons why your skin doesn't heal. So taking the time to just making sure that this isn't a problem. If your skin doesn't heal or this stuff does not work for you, please contact your doctor. Like, the steroid cream is there for a reason. It helps for fast, quick relief.
Right.
Your pharmacies, those people, whether you go
They
to...
have a wealth of information.
And you can call them over the phone, ask if there's anything that they would recommend that you have at home before you even have to go, or if they say, hey, come in, we might have something over the counter that we could recommend for you, or call your doctor, you might need this.
Yeah.
They can help you even where the doctors might be kind of stumped. So don't be afraid to call.
Well, they can even tell you if your medicines are reacting and causing this skin condition.
Right. Well, my doctor said that eczema is actually an autoimmune.
But some medicines do mess with your skin too. So it's sometimes those pharmacists will say, well, yeah, that's going to happen because your skin, you just never know.
One of the things that is like a simple thing also in the winter, some people, I know I used to get it all the time, those little slits in the corner of your mouth. You know what I'm talking about?
Or you used to get chaps.
So the slits specifically in the corners of your, like right as your top and middle lip project at this like point. One of the things that I used to realize, I've learned this online. If you're not taking vitamins, like a multivitamin, you're more bound for that to happen. That's because your skin, especially in that area where you're taking in so much stuff, it is a deficiency.
Oh.
It's a sign of a deficiency. I learned that, and every single time it would start, regardless of whatever chapstick I put on, it wasn't going to help if I wasn't taking a multivitamin. Within 3 days, it was gone.
Wow.
So I think that sometimes with things that are autoimmune, sometimes if we're just not built up on our nutrition or just what we are considered to need to have on a daily basis,
right?
It's just almost simpler to just think, do I need to go on a multivitamin? Do I need to talk to my doctor about taking a vitamin?
Fruits, vegetables, and drink your water.
Oh, of course, I am not trying to take away the value of having a good, healthy, well-rounded diet, but like, there's just some things where it's like those simple things of like, I could just add this to my daily routine and see if it helps. If it doesn't, it can just be taken out of my routine. Yeah. It's that whole benefit of the doubt of let me just test this theory out. Because I know that as a teenager, those sort of things used to happen to me all the time. Or as a young adult, I would just take that multivitamin, and now it's like it would just go away. So with this, it's like now just a mixture of like having the right soap, having the right ingredients of creams or medicines that just aid in my ability to survive, and I feel pretty set to go. Yeah. So I don't know. I just figured I'd share that, especially with my mom. I now bring this stuff everywhere with me. This triple antibiotic ointment is literally in my craft bags, and I normally have Band-Aids next to it, but I ran out of them. But like this thing now goes in my pocket or in my bag or wherever I'm going, because my skin gets dry at a snap of a button.
Well, yeah, this weather that we've been having is just so drying outside. And it's so cold and bitter.
I told my mom, I said, I feel like the Tin Man that doesn't have its oil can. Yeah. And this thing feels like my oil can, otherwise I keep breaking or rusting.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, are we ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. So, I have a quote for you today. And I think it goes right along with her.
I completely forgot what it was.
Some people dream of success. Others stay awake to achieve it. This girl's been staying awake till 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes to get her projects done for her son.
Listen.
So
it's called dedication.
Some people dream of success, others stay awake to achieve it. And that will be down in the description box. Just like all of our scriptures and other quotes and stuff that we always make sure that you guys can have it in the description. But, what? What's you doing?
My mom rolls her yarn all the time. I find it so satisfying to see these go dead. Just as they are, like whether it's from the middle and they just start to shrink from the outside and go hollow, or whether I'm doing it from the outside and they're getting small. I love it. I don't know. It's so satisfying for me.
For some people that would be, but you know, for me, I always end up with the yarn vomit.
You're making blankets, and so I feel like the act of constantly needing it to be active, whereas I'm doing such small work that I'm only rotating it every so often.
That's
might
true,
do it, but there's such a satisfaction of knowing that something that is normally this big goes to a little lip, like it's like a worm or
like
something.
a noodle.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it makes my brain happy, and I need lotion.
So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and tell your friends, subscribe, and comment. We like your comments. We like reading them and commenting back and
Conversing with y'all.
yeah, it's fun.
We have a email in the description if you want to send anything to us privately.
Yeah.
If you don't want to share necessarily on the public YouTube, we have had fans in the we've had subscribers. My bad. Subscribers in the past that have shared with us their projects, and it's one of those things where it's fun to have that ability to be able to converse with everyone. I think this is the one thing that I enjoy about even just where we're at with our size of our community, of our little group of, friends that like to create through this medium. It's like we have the ability of like conversing with all of you that want to talk to us right now. It's possible for us. And so I am very just happy to have this community of,
Like-minded people.
Yeah, just this whole, this where we're at in our subscribers is just very, very nice.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I appreciate it.
Yeah. We appreciate all
of
you friends.
Yes. Our friends.
So,
yeah. I feel like with all the kids in my life that have gotten gifts from me, I feel like I have a whole bunch of like little fans.
yeah.
That like especially my kids are just like, you can make this, or you can make this, or you can make this,
Or your nephews.
yeah. It just has been, I feel like anyone who gets really good at what they do ends up having a group of people that appreciate it if they have the right people around them. And so I genuinely hope that every single one of you not only finds so much enjoyment in what you do, but has a support around you that encourages you in what you do, because if you don't, we do. We support your crafting, whether it be wood, whether it be, I saw this person that does styrofoam a burning that makes it look like stone.
Oh, wow.
There's so many different ways of crafting, and honestly,
The creativity is just awesome.
If it sparks you to be alive and it's not anything that's hurting anybody, I hope that we're able to be the people that are here for you, even if you might be lacking on some hyper enjoyment in what you do, because we just get so caught up. It's just like an adrenaline rush. We get excited. Her and I have jumped and joyed in the stores before, just getting excited about an idea or something.
Or laughing so hard that tears are just crying out of our eyes.
So we're gonna say goodbye because my little ones are running around in the background, and it's just, we've met the end of our video. For anyone who's made it to the end, we thank you, and we hope that you join us the next time. And as always, we hope that you stitch your way
To mental health.